Shocking video highlights the growing frustrations of presumptive asylum seekers and the efforts of federal authorities to prevent the illegal crossings. Our KTSM 9 News reporter Tirza Ortiz is live with more. Tirza.
Well, Skylar, that's right. We just watched that chaotic video of hours ago right behind me that took place at Gate 36. Now, the confrontation comes just a day after the Court of Appeals put a block on the controversial immigration bill known as Senate Bill 4. Our partners at Border Report say today's events come days after documented verbal confrontations between the Texas National Guard and migrants. However, nothing has ever escalated past shouts up until this afternoon. This video taken by our KTSM crew shows two soldiers holding a man down on the ground while two women shout and plead for the soldiers to stop. This chaotic scene is something Border Patrol agents say is avoidable, but migrants are receiving false information that is putting themselves in danger.
This is not an international port of entry. This is not designated as a port of entry to make a legal claim for asylum, okay? Anybody that comes into our country between ports of entry, they're doing it in an illegal way.
Now, under Title 8, migrants who cross into the U.S. illegally can face consequences like deportation and a 5-year ban on future immigration benefits. And Skylar, those migrants who did cross over today were processed by Border Patrol agents. Coming up at 6, I will have more information from Border Patrol about who they say is responsible for the spread of misinformation among migrants. Live at the U.S.-Mexico border, Tirza Ortiz, KTSM 9 News.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about the viral news story out of El Paso, Texas. The imagery that should be seen around this country, that should be in every Republican campaign ad from here to Election Day and beyond. It should be used for the next 10 years, just like Democrats use imagery of January 6th, okay? Because I believe that's what we saw happen at the border, okay? We saw January 6th happen at the border as a bunch of illegal immigrants attacked our National Guard troops in an attempt to overrun the border, right? To cross the border illegally, they attacked the National Guard. They attacked our troops, overran them, okay? Something that we should never see in a country that is supposed to have a secure border, okay? And most importantly, we're supposed to have a strong military, okay? I don't understand what's the point of having military and having weapons like the National Guard has if you're just going to allow our country to be invaded and you're going to get overran in the process, okay? You know, I personally think that we have the military for a reason, okay? And what you saw there was kind of an embarrassment to this country to see our National Guard's troops overran by illegal immigrants that are trying to invade the country when, again, they are armed, right? It doesn't really make sense. But with that being said, we have to talk about the mainstream liberal media reaction to this because, of course, they're playing mental gymnastics and they're trying to blame Trump, okay, which is exactly what Joe Scarborough did on his show on MSNBC in a Trump deranged rant. So I want to talk about it, but before we get into it, I have to remind you guys, it is important that you are able to protect yourself, which is why the sponsor of this video is Vanish Holsters. This is not your average range day holster. It is designed to eliminate all the excuses that you may have that is holding you back from carrying daily. Comfortable and discreet, you'll forget that you're even wearing it. This holster fits 99% of semi-auto handguns, offers versatile carrying positions, and conceals 2 fully loaded magazines. Plus, it comes with an unconditional money-back guarantee. Vanish wants to hook you, your family, and your friends up with the most comfortable holster that you will ever wear. I can tell you guys that personally. The belt is adjustable, is lightweight, only 6 ounces, ambidextrous, and has 2 size options, ensuring a perfect fit for everybody. By using the discount below, you can get this holster for 30% off, plus a second holster half off the already discounted price. Equip each family member with the most comfortable concealed carry. Act on this sale now to secure this exclusive family and friends bundle.
if I were a Democrat running for office, I would do this. I would be carrying this around all day. Look at what the Republicans are doing to you. Look what Donald Trump's doing to you. Donald Trump said, and by the way, this is for you at home. So come to the at-home camera, TJ. Thank you. God bless you. So good at this. And to think you just started last week. So I'm joking, TJ. So, TJ, can I get a TJ cam? I hope TJ's in.
Not yet. Not this second.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
wow.
Okay, good.
He's not feeling pretty.
He's in his underwear, right? He's in his underwear at home. He got one of those things at home. I was afraid I was like picking on a director that mattered, but no, TJ's there. So TJ's been with us for 20 years, by the way. He's family. But I
Can't get rid of him.
I would carry this around because see this onslaught headline? The only thing the Post didn't tell you is Donald Trump said, blame me for this. Donald Trump said, kill the bill and blame me for everything that happens after this point. Donald Trump said, blame me. So yes, Donald, we are blaming you. We're blaming Mini-Me Mike Johnson for following your orders. We're blaming Republicans who begged for a tough border bill, but like the Wall Street Journal editorial page said, couldn't take yes for an answer. So yes, there is an onslaught in the southern border still. And it's all Donald Trump's fault. You know who says that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump says blame him for this.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? That is peak desperation from the mainstream liberal media, okay? What Joe Scarborough just said there is ridiculous, okay? They love to blame Trump for everything that Democrats do wrong, okay? Every disaster under the Democrats, they just blame Trump. Yesterday, I did a video about Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, blaming Trump for why his progressive tax increase didn't pass, right? Apparently, Chicago is MAGA country, right? Trump is all powerful. He's God, according to these people. I mean, I really do think that that's the way that they see Trump, because even not being president of the United States, somehow, some way, what happened at the border is his fault, right? It's his fault, okay? Even though Biden has had authority over the border for what, 3 years now? Okay, was it Trump's fault that Biden rescinded 90 plus executive orders that Trump had done in order to protect the border? Was that Trump's fault, right? Was it Trump's fault that Biden put Alejandro Mayorkas as the Department of Homeland Secretary? Is that Trump's fault? I mean, this guy, he's clearly in over his skis. He has no clue what the hell is going on. Was it Trump's fault when Biden and Kamala Harris told the illegals to come, right, to come to the border, to come to this country, that we're going to let you in during the Democrat primary when they were trying to virtue signal to progressives? Is that Trump's fault? Is it Trump's fault that all these illegals showed up right after Biden was elected? Y'all remember that? Okay, the first caravan of illegal immigrants to come to the country came literally right after Biden was elected, and they showed up when he got in office with the Biden-Harris shirts. Let us in, right? Biden-Harris, let us in. Well, why did they do that? Well, it's because Biden told them to come. Is it Trump's fault that all these sanctuary cities are using millions, billions of taxpayer dollars to take care of illegals, which is incentivizing more illegals to come to the country? Is it Trump's fault that Biden granted work authorizations for the illegal immigrants, which further incentivizes them to come because they know that if they get into the country, eventually they will be able to get work authorization permits and to take American people's jobs? Is that Trump's fault? Is it Trump's fault that Chuck Schumer refuses to take up H.R. 2, the Secure the Border Act that Republicans passed in the House? You know, it's so funny how these people always want to try to frame this conversation as if Republicans said no to a bill that closes the border when Republicans said yes to a bill that closes the border. Democrats are the ones that said no to a bill that closes the border because the Democrat bill would not have closed the border. The Republican border, the Secure the Border Act, would have sent the illegals back. Okay, the Secure the Border Act would not be allowing these illegals to come to the border and say, I'm hungry and I'm being politically persecuted. Let me in. And these are all single adult military age men, right? Military age men. Okay? That's a vast majority of these people that are coming into the country. These aren't real asylum seekers. They're not. And then therefore, they're granted asylum, right? Because that's what's happening. Biden is taking advantage of loopholes in the asylum seeking process to essentially just allow the illegals to come to the border and just claim asylum for anything, right? Again, you can quite literally come to the border and say, I'm hungry, I need something to eat, and they'll let you right on in. Come on in, right? That's what they've been doing, okay? So, you know, these illegals have gotten emboldened, right? So the illegals that are actually facing some pushback, again, this is the National Guard here, okay? So you talk about the state. This is the state pushing back. So, you know, when the illegals actually get some pushback, they feel entitled. They feel so entitled, they're like, you know what? Screw the American military. We just gonna run over these guys. We're entitled to come into this country because Democrats are the ones that created an environment where illegals feel that way. Democrats are the ones that try to guilt trip you and call you racist when you call out the fact that our country is being invaded by these illegal immigrants. Democrats are the ones that treat the illegals better than they treat the American citizens, right? I mean, so again, when you are trying to point the blame, you got to point the blame at Democrats. You know, it's just amazing how these people always do this mental gymnastics to blame Trump for everything. All of the Democrat Party and their failure is all Trump, right? It's Trump's fault. Is Trump president? No, Trump is not president. Okay? Trump doesn't have any power when it comes to the border. So how is it his fault? Again, you know, these people, it's just so funny to me. They love trying to blame Trump for everything. They want to frame the conversation around what happened in Congress from the perspective of, well, the Democrat bill is legit. The Republican bill is not legit. They give so much more legitimacy to the Democrats in the bills that they pass than Republicans. But this is why I say, again, Republicans have to come out here and they have to scream and cry about their legislation. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Like, they have to let the people, American people know, no, these people are lying to you in the media. We passed a bill to secure the border. Democrats are the ones that are holding it up in the Senate. I mean, Chuck Schumer is overthrowing democracy in the Senate. He's not even allowing a vote. When we have a real, like, legitimate invasion at the border, which, by the way, you're racist if you call it an invasion, right? These are the same people that say, oh, you're racist if you call it an invasion. But yet they're trying to tell you it's somehow, some way Trump's fault, right? Trump says something mean about illegal immigrants. These people lose their minds. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. These people will go on television and say anything, literally anything, to push their agenda and to try to absolve the Biden administration of any type of responsibility or accountability for what clearly is a product of his failed policies at the border. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.